This video is sort of a sister video to my retake on my rant on the Kirby community's biggest faults. Originally there was a section covering Super Smash Bros. Bloodsuckers, but I scrapped it from my revised script. Since I kinda like this section and at least one other person may too, I decided to post it on its own while including some more stuff about meshed depictions on Kirby. This intro was not inspired by H-Bomber Guy's video on Illuminati at all.
Shortly after Dumbest of All Worlds video dropped, and by shortly I mean 1 month later, we got perhaps one of the most creepy videos to date, and that's a little cartoon known as Super Smash Bros. Bloodsuckers, made by the talented channel known as Mesh. The premise is simple. Samuel Belmont is trapped in a scary castle and has to endure the energy of the playful bubbly Kirby. Shenanigans ensue, and honestly, I love it. It's an homage to slapstick cartoons and manages to be as tiny and entertaining as Tom and Jerry or Looney Tunes. It doesn't need to give the characters big morals, just seeing the mature, short-tempered Samuel Belmont constantly trying and failing to destroy the young, optimistic Kirby is, well, fun. Rewatching it for this video reminded me of just how nice the first half is, and if you want to get the ultimate experience out of it, this is the only part you should check out, until around 2 minutes and 33 seconds. But then there's the second half, which puts the Bloodsuckers in Super Smash Bros. Bloodsuckers. It starts all fun and games until it all falls apart when Kirby eats Dracula and initially disappears, before Simon Belmont finds out another character, Kirby. We get this atmospheric close-up where a right spider comes out of his right eye and goes into his mouth, and then the video devolves into a jump-scare game, and it tries harder and harder to make you feel something. It's actually admirable how hard it wants to scare you, with blood, fangs, and 2 fake-out happy endings that happen almost back to back in just 40 seconds. 40 seconds! I mean, just look at this demonic Kirby design. It screams creepypasta. It's like it was made to scare off kids and of scaredy cats. Even Sonic the DXD, as cheap as its scare tactics are, isn't so desperate as to make you wet your pants. And when it is, it's really scary. At least give more revenge. And of course, Kirby is powerful beyond the point of credibility. And I'm not talking about the scene where Kirby tries to eat Simon Belmont. That one already happened with Dracula. And if we follow Super Smash Bros. Logic, it's normal. It's when Kirby eats the holy water that I have an issue with. First of all, making a humanoid Kirby look cool or intimidating is almost never going to work. It takes a lot of talent to do that right. But secondly, where did that even come from? You just drink holy water. It's not like it was meant to turn people into a literal god. And obviously, Kirby is going to increase in size, because it won't be Kirby if he didn't. We've seen it in Pokemon Trainer vs Kirby, we've seen it in Kirby in the vacuum, and we see it here too. Yeah, no disrespect to the wonderful people behind it, but this was not a good video. If I had to describe it in one word, it would be loud, and not in a good way.
And here's the new section. Turns out that this animation was part of a double creature feature with Minecraft Steve is a Psycho, focusing on King Didi's failed attempts at destroying Steve's little house, which grows more and more as the days go on. But as the man in blue shirt amps up his progress in taking over the land, so do the king's attempts to take him down. He even crucifies the subjects that don't want anything to do with his plans. It's crazy. Eventually he tires himself out to the point where he looks like a deranged beast who really needs to take a bath and catch some Z's. Out of desperation, he enters Steve's little empire of nightmares, where he discovers that this was all an elaborate scheme to kill the penguin as slowly and painfully as he wanted. And he succeeds. The video ends on a rather bright note. As if that terrifying incident never actually happened, the Waddle-Dees are presumably free to do whatever they want. Unless they break Steve's flower pots, then it's murder time. Both of these animations are about a conflict between one character from the Kirby series and one character from another series, which ends horribly wrong. but the way they're executed are vastly different. I mean, for one, the protagonist and the antagonist's roles are swapped in the latter, go figure. But the tone is what makes one work, while the other doesn't. While Bloodsuckers is made out to be as loud and attention-grabbing as possible, Minecraft Steve Isaac Psycho is more quiet. Rather than feeling like a generic .exe game, it actively tries to be genuine horror. And it's subtle too. It doesn't feel like it's screaming in your ear, "This is a creepy moment, please be terrified." It earns it. It's weird to say this about the same animation where a penguin has anime body pillows, but really, this video is amazing, and a huge contrast to whatever Bloodsuckers was trying to do. In a way, Smash Bros. Terror Toons was experimenting with two types of horror, and the tone of the former toon was intentional. Still doesn't make me appreciate the former anymore though. If Mashed wanted to have the pink puff be the antagonist, they could have done it in a less annoying way. Heck, maybe have the way he changes his eyes a few times be relevant in some way. Maybe he's got an eye disease that makes his eyes worsen if he doesn't eat or drink enough. Kinda like how his skin falls off when he gets too hungry in Kirby as a secret. That could have been a pretty interesting secret history of episode. I think Kirby the King's Gambit and its reception can teach us a pretty valuable moral. The little guy doesn't feel like a parody of what it's like in the source material. He's just himself. And the way he reacts to the stuff happening around him makes him endearing to watch. And the fandom clearly agrees with me, since some put it in their best Kirby videos of all time playlists. I disagree with the notion that it's one of the best. I personally think it's just a solid good time. But either way, there's a factor that makes this video so much more valuable than any lore-accurate Kirby media. It's highly rewatchable. What with all the background Easter eggs and how Painter Sip, the person behind the animation, covered its scrapped scenes. People do want to see something that stands out. Something that feels like the source material or gives it an interesting spin. Kirby fans will easily accept their baby being portrayed like a dangerous fiend you need to watch out for and call those videos masterpieces, but they're likely not going to watch them over and over again, because they're not meant to be. The King's Gambit is a classic that may be remembered for years to come. Bloodsucker's second half loses its value once you look past the creepy imagery and sound design, but it doesn't seem that Mashed has gotten the memo, because in the last year, they uploaded a short whose entire point was about Kirby winning a hot dog contest and proceeding to eat the entire world like he's a maniac. Heck, while I was working on my retake of the Kirby community event, they posted Sonic, Mario and Kirby, Hero Swap, with the pink puff is back to being a menace. And I get it, not every animation is made by the same few artists, writers, etc. But they still could have taken notes from Painter Sip's blueprint. They could have still made him dangerous, but in an accidental and non-life-threatening manner. Instead of evolving the character from a portrayal the internet has used for over a decade, we're going back to square one. The main takeaway from this animation is that he's a weapon of mass destruction, a hero only in name, who only cares about eating and sleeping, rather than protecting his homeland. I'm not reinterpreting things, by the way, one of the characters says that.
Kirby only cares about two things: eating and sleeping. He'll destroy anything and anyone that happens to be in his way.
Right before that, we have this amazing sentence where Sonic talks about how he may be a fighter, but he only does it to defeat evil people. I guess when the pink puffball was trying to get a being of the dark matter species outside of Adeline's body, he only cared about physically harming a human child. A good portion of the video is about showing and telling you how miserable you are whenever you're near Kirby, and it's sad to watch when you know it can be so much better than that. It could have been this thing where the other creatures of Dreamland are spreading a false narrative to make him look bad. Or maybe he's just a misunderstood being who's only a jerk to those who cross him. Mashed had the power to do that, which they didn't. They took the extra step of making Kirby vomit out everything he ate to destroy the castle, and then having the three heroes come back to their respective worlds. I can only hope Mario wasn't punished for something he didn't do, as that would be really upsetting. It's funny in a twisted way how this video was made public the very same day as Makiko Omoto's birthday, Kirby's voice actress. Happy birthday, ma'am! Here's my present! So, yeah, Mash's portrayal of Kirby is all over the place. Is he meant to be a hero, a villain, a character that exists? They don't seem to have a default portrayal, and really, there's nothing we can do about it.